Everybody, happy holiday weekend. I hope everyone is being safe out there. So, I wanted to make a quick video about antennas and about getting yourself a tuned antenna for your hotspot placement. So, I just ordered the 5.8 from Rockland, and this is specifically tuned for the 915 frequency region. It is a range of 902 to 930 megahertz. And also, I got this this one is a 5 dBi antenna, if I'm not mistaken, specifically tuned to the 915 as well. This one comes with its own antenna base, magnetic base, right here with an 11-foot cable. So you can see, ready for RP SMA. So you'll just take this antenna and then screw it in like so. Hand tight. Do not over tighten to break it. And there you go. You'll just place that wherever you need to place it. Remember, this is not set up for outdoor use. If you did want to set this up for outdoor use, I'd recommend sealing this portion around the tent, excuse me, around the antenna, and just to protect yourself from outdoor weather. You can look at getting potentially like the Flex Seal or something like that, maybe some weatherproofing caulk or whatever you can potentially use, but you would have to like paint it on essentially. This is a different type of bottom. This is a N-type male, so you'll need the LMR 400 is recommended, but you're going to need that type of N-type connection to RP SMA connection for this antenna setup. So what exactly is Helium? Helium is building the IoT network of the future. With Helium blockchain, it incentivizes you to help us build this network. The network of hotspots needs to be set up where they are roughly 350 to 500 meters apart from each other. If you're in a location that has a lot of houses or trees and you're unsure if those hotspots are going to connect, it's better off to bring in those hotspots and make those connections closer. So what do I mean by that is, yeah, if you have your antenna set up like on top of the house with clear line of sight, great elevation, you can potentially get some great distance with your witnessing. However, not everybody can set up their connection or their hotspots like so. So therefore, it's okay to try to bring in these hotspots and create a trifecta. The trifecta theory is about connecting the triangle. It's about placing a hotspot within each resolution 8, res 8, at roughly 350 to 500 meters apart from each other. Those three hotspots shall create a triangle. Therefore, each hotspot will witness each other. So you'll get at least two witnesses per hotspot. Now, the best thing about something like this, you can really help to improve another owner's H&T rewards by looking at the map, utilizing Helium Vision, or getting yourself a Helium consultant that will make a plan for you to let you know, okay, these are the areas where you would want to place your hotspot. Now, do you know anybody in these locations, or do you even have property in this area of the map to place your hotspot? Placement and asserting your location will also take into effect that transmit scale, and that's what's utilized to calculate your mining rewards. These mining rewards uses HIP 17. HIP 17 is about density target and how each hexagon has a maximum amount of hotspots that should be within this and within this area. So for example, on the Res 8, the Res 8 current density target is 1. So that means one hotspot within the Res 8 hexagon. The Res 8 hexagon can increase its capacity to a maximum of 4. That means a total of 4 hotspots can be within the Res 8 on your H3 grid. And the way to do that is by satisfying the number of siblings. A sibling hexagon is a hexagon. So we have power going to the Raspberry Pi 4 using from the solar panel with the DC-DC converter. Now, if you want to set up an outdoor hotspot, one thing you need to know is you want to have a case, a weatherproof case for it. What I'm going to do, I'm using my Dragina light hotspot as a fill-in. My Bobcat is currently syncing to the blockchain. So there's 2 ways you can do. You can bring in internet through a PoE and power this way as well, or we can do power through the solar and set up Ethernet port or Wi-Fi connection. Now I have this box set up for my 3 dBi antenna. We have our 316 cable going through here, and this is what we're going to utilize for the outdoor setup that's going to connect behind here. So stay tuned for that video. So a specific hexagon will allow you to put one hotspot, but you can increase the density target to 4 by satisfying the number of siblings. You satisfy the number of siblings by adding a hotspot in each hexagon. So what does that mean? A sibling hexagon is a hexagon adjacent to the placement of your hotspot. So the hexagon to the right, to the bottom, to the top, to the whatever, to the left, all of these hexagons that's sharing an adjacent wall, the same wall, sharing a wall. If one hotspot is in that hexagon and another hotspot is in another one, and then you're satisfying the number of siblings for 2 on the Res 8. So on the Res 8, you can increase the number of hotspots within a proximity location, within a location, by looking to target density max solutions. Density max solution strategy is about finding the areas that require an capacity increase. I will search, utilizing Helium Vision, locations that require capacity increase to help increase the transmit scale and potentially increase the H&T rewards, and at the same time provide optimal coverage. Therefore, it's a win-win-win strategy all the way around. Now, you can go and figure out how to do this strategy. It's no problem. I recommend checking out HIP 17 and a couple Helium blog posts that gets into it. Or you can contact someone like myself that has already utilized this strategy, have helped many individuals that are currently using the strategy and had success with it. And we can get started today. if you have a hotspot and you're kind of upset about the current performance of that hotspot and you're wondering if there's anything you could potentially do, well, yeah, guess what? You can. You could essentially reassert your locations or move your hotspot to a different hexagon so you can get a better transmit scale and provide better coverage. Potentially, you could be running into max density issues right now, and your transmit scale is like a 0.4 or a 0.5, and you're like, man, I was making more H&T before, and now I'm not. What's happened? Well, maybe more hotspots came online in your area, and now you're running into max density issues. So that capacity has been reached, and there are ways you can go ahead and combat that situation. So if you like content like this and you want to see more information about how I utilize my density solution strategy, well, guess what? Hit me on the DM in Helium Discord and hire me today as your Helium consultant. I have 4 different packages, okay? The first package, I can guide you through the entire 21-day project. So what does that mean? That means on day 1, we get a 15-minute free consultation call where you will explain to me exactly what's your situation, how many hotspots you have, and what you're going to do. Package 2 is about getting that placement, setting up the plan. 3, all the way, I do it. 4, we get a hotspot, I install it. It's the max way to go, but that's the big bucks. So if you just want a guide to set you through on the right path, call me up. I'm your guy.